You know, it takes 112 minutes to break the deadlock. And Colombia, they had a 28-match unbeaten streak going into this match.
Yeah.
Just an incredible team. And yet you touched on it. You're able to bring in the captain of Inter Milan off the bench in Lautaro Martinez. They're just too deep, I think.
Exactly. Paredes of Roma, both starters with the teams, big clubs that they play for. And I think that was the problem, that ultimately that's what got the better of Colombia. The tempo that Colombia played at. Before the game, I thought Colombia were going to win with how they beat Uruguay in the semi-final. The craziness that they actually bring to the game as well. They make the game a little bit of madness, and I think that's what we like about Colombia. I think going into the World Cup in 2 years' time, I think they're going to be underestimated by a lot of European sides, and I think they could spring a surprise in the World Cup come 2 years if they can keep this side together. But you mentioned the record. They're full of confidence together. They don't look like they're going to be beaten, and that is such a strength for them to have and them to carry forward. And it was the substitutes. That just when the tiredness set in through extra time, that calibre of player came on, and that's what's won it for Argentina,
It wasn't, you know, the greatest performance from Messi. He has to sub off, but at the end of the day, he's got the Copa titles. He's got his World Cup. He's got everything he did at Barcelona. His legacy in his own country, in your opinion, I know Maradona is a god, and he'll always be a god, but does Messi rise slightly above Maradona in your eyes after this, what could be the end of his international career?
I grew up, I remember my first ever World Cup was Mexico '86. I was 9 years of age. We had a very anti-English household in my house. I would have to say that. So
I'm surprised.
Watching Diego Maradona destroy England in that World Cup, he goes on a different pedestal to me. But I think if we all know his numbers, his stats, we know exactly what Lionel Messi has done throughout his career. And I think the World Cup probably, if there was any doubt that he was the greatest, that probably cemented it. But Argentina now are the first team to win back-to-back Copas with a World Cup in the middle as well. No one's ever done that. So, yes, I think now Messi can be considered the greatest. I really believe that for what he's achieved. Yeah, I do.
Let's talk about Canada on Saturday, because I didn't get a chance to talk to you about that. They lose to Uruguay on penalties, but really they took it to them in that match. You know, from what I saw, how encouraged should Canadians be about this team's performance, the Canadian national team's performance, as we head into 2026? I
think we can all be very confident. I'm really looking forward to seeing how this team develops now. I'm looking forward to seeing what Jesse Marsch is going to do, what fixtures can be announced in the coming months and years ahead of the World Cup, and to see how they progress, because Ishmael Koney last night, Jay, honestly, you will never see, or you'll look hard, or you'll find it hard to see a performance like he put in his last two games. 22 years of age, he's just moved to Marseille. Anything's available to him now. If he can go on and continue to excel and get better and better, alongside Eustáquio, Alphonso Davies, Jonathan David, Cal Larin, and then we've got the defence and the goalkeeper who now have excelled. Alistair Johnson, probably the best right-back in the tournament. There's a lot to shout about. If you're a Canadian soccer fan now, we can all look at it and say, we're legitimately in with a chance of doing very well in the World Cup, with a chance to progress, get out of the group. I think that's ultimately, now we're not talking about it being attainable or saying that they might do it. We're all expecting Canada to do it. It's what Jesse Marsch has instilled in the squad. He's encouraged them to be better. He's challenged them to be better. And I honestly think now, with one or two that will probably emerge, because usually that will happen, to add to the 14, 15, maybe 16, 17 players now that have really started to become a squad, not just 3 or 4 players. I think there's a lot to be positive about. I really do. It's
all about that depth, right? You know, you talk about Argentina's depth. If Canada can keep adding to it, the future is bright.